Live. No,
We're live.
not yet. Now we're live. Hold on.
Man.
Okay, we're live.
Are we finally live?
Yeah, we are. We're actually live.
I don't know if I believe you.
No, this time it's real. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I know we did a live stream earlier today, but you're getting another one.
Double live stream on a beautiful Monday? What is this?
It's a DL. You gotta keep it on the DL.
We have to keep this on the DL.
DL, double live stream.
Double live stream.
Yes.
Love it. Yeah, so we're here talking about our pick'em draft that we had last Friday, also going over our PrizePicks bets.
Yeah, if you watched the episode last Friday, you saw we had our PrizePicks entries we put in, and then we did our pick'em draft where we're picking, our spreads and our overs and our unders and all that fun stuff. So we're basically going to recap a little bit, talk a little bit about Monday Night Football, and
maybe
probably
even look ahead to week 2 a little bit.
Yeah, maybe we'll take some questions from the audience and all that fun stuff.
Let's get started with PrizePicks because I think this should be quick. Neither of us hit the 2-square play. Mine got beaten up by a terrible weather condition. Deebo Samuel did not go over 50 yards. Receiving, that is. He probably went over 50 yards in total, but the rushing yards don't count. That's not what I bet on. And all of a sudden, Deebo Samuel's now running back. So that is fun to see. A.J. Brown, though, crushed it. I mean, going forward, depending on the line movement of A.J. Brown, I think he is going to be a more player. Never going less on A.J. Brown because the Eagles are going to be airing out the ball. A.J. Brown looked great. Jalen Hurts feels like they already have an immediate connection with A.J. Brown. So I'm big on A.J. Brown this year. I like him a lot. How did your 2-square go?
It didn't go. It didn't go anywhere, actually. So yeah, Saquon 56.5. I took the less on the rushing yards. Pretty sure he had a 64-yard rush. So
I'll do it.
That was it right there. It was already look, happy for him. Whatever. Fuck you, Saquon. I should have went with the rushing attempts. That's what my heart of heart told me to go for the rushing attempts. And I said, nah. It was disgusting. It was egregious. It won't happen again.
And then your boy Austin Hooper let you down. The hoop god.
Yeah, this was a bit surprising. This was a little bit of a shocker.
Was it though? Like, are we actually surprised that Austin Hooper is not a part of anybody's offense?
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it wasn't an actual surprise. It was just when you have high expectations for someone and they don't deliver, it's a disappointment. Like you see in the thumbnail, disappointment. That's what I had.
We're not upset. We're just disappointed.
Yeah, disappointed. Because
which is even worse.
At the end of the day, you can't expect much from Austin Hooper. And maybe I did expect a little too much from him.
To be fair, it was only 23 yards.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we were asking that much.
It wasn't a lot at all. It's unfortunate. Whatever. We'll move on to the 4 squares where one of us did pretty well.
One of us did. We fucking hit it out of nowhere.
Oh, hold on. Mine's on the screen, so let's just get it out of the way.
All right, you do yours first.
I went 3 for 4. Not good. Wait. Is that me?
That is you.
I went. Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. I went 3 for 4. Stupid ass Amari Cooper did not go. He didn't do anything. I was like kind of hoping new team, new quarterback. Like maybe Jacoby Brissett will just pepper him and he'll 50 yards. Like what is that? That's nothing. Who cares? That wasn't the case. The less was very much in play. So 3 for 4. I lose. I didn't flex it. Power play. So.
It's a tough beat, I will say. The other were great, especially the Young Hoku. He was electric during his game against the Saints. I mean, how many does it say he hit? Did I say? Oh, only 2? Am I tripping? I feel like Young Hoku was on the field all day long.
No, I only hit 2. Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
All right, that's surprising.
Because the Falcons they do that all the time, where they're doing so well and then they just stop doing well, like in the middle of the game for no reason.
Yeah, you had that one locked up quick. I guess we'll move on to mine. Already kind of hinted at it. This one was a big dub, and I'll be honest. When we were putting these plays together, we were in a little bit of a time crunch. I kind of felt bad. I didn't put as much time and effort into it as I would have normally wanted to for a 4-square play. But this might be the new strategy going forward. Don't think too hard about it. Don't overthink it. Keep it simple. Baker Mayfield throws a pick against his former team. Justin Herbert looks perfect. Does not throw an interception against the Raiders. Matt Ryan lit it up. I had this square everywhere. I didn't have a single play without Matt Ryan over 230. He killed it. Love Matt Ryan this year. And then Kirk Cousins, 2 touchdowns. We knew this was simple. We knew this was happening.
This was such a good line that it was actually unavailable basically after we We took it. PrizePicks was like, you know what?
We exposed this play,
Yes.
this entry. We shed some light on it, and immediately they take it down.
Yes,
They had to
exactly.
call in the big hoss and be like, yo, not allowed anymore.
Cut. So yeah, hey, look, good for you. You're officially up now 2-0 in our competition. We are keeping track of these PrizePicks entries. So every week, if we get the 2 square right, that's 1 point. If we get the 4 square right, that's 2 points. Tony walking away with 2 points this week.
Team No Dimes in the lead, at least for PrizePicks.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like the next thing that we're going to talk about, there's no winner right now. We are tied.
We're tied in the pick'em draft.
The pick'em draft, correct. Yes, for those of you that watched the episode, you know that we did ourselves a little pick'em draft where you got to take yourself a favorite. You got to take an underdog, an over, an under, and you get a flex. So, a bet of your choosing. And can you put up that board? There we go.
The important part to keep note is, if you don't already know this, once a game is picked, whatever bet it is, that game's off the board. All right. So, we were running out of options later on in the draft, right? Obviously, these weren't like my favorite bets to take, but it's like a fantasy draft. At the end of the draft, you can't just take your favorite players.
Well,
you got to take, guys who you think could turn
there's
up.
strategy involved. I want to take a game that I know you like, so I'll do that. Also, some of these picks, there's these things called panic picks when you're drafting, and that happens in this, and that's kind of what happened with my over, where I liked a different over, which obviously didn't hit anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I really liked a different over. You took it for you took the game, the Cowboys game, and I pivoted to the 49ers Bears on my over, and that might have been the most egregious pick. After going back and looking at it, like, just egregious, absolutely egregious. No weather, doesn't matter.
I mean, that
just
does matter.
Two terrible offenses going at it. It was always the under.
You couldn't have said that weather didn't play a factor in this game, though.
Well, I'm saying weather or no weather, it doesn't matter. This under was inevitable.
Because you picked it? Because you panic picked it?
I panic picked the over.
I mean, that's fair. We probably should have just looked at weather beforehand.
Never look at weather.
Weather is super important, but I'm still not going to look at it going forward just because, I don't know. I'm not a fucking weatherman.
Yeah, so we ended up both going 2 and 3 here, basically.
Yes. So we're tied after week 1.
Looking at it, what was like I said, my most egregious pick was obviously the over for the Bears. What do you think is your most egregious pick?
It has to be my over too with the Dolphins Pats. I mean, I feel like the Dolphins came to play.
Yeah.
The Patriots offense is still booty. I mean, fucking Matt Patricia, I don't think can call plays. Apparently, Mac Jones was dealing with some back issues, which, again, I was not aware of, similar to the weather. But that by far is my most egregious. Philly, I feel like should have covered this 3.5, but the Lions, in the most Lion fashion ever, just kind of came back, made it super competitive at the end.
They're too damn gritty, man. They're too gritty. They were cover masters last season.
They don't give up.
They covered a lot of games last season. They were really good against the spread. So definitely stop betting against the Lions. That's what I would recommend to you.
My Pittsburgh pick, I didn't feel great about at the time. I just kind of needed an underdog at the end of it. Ended up being, the one I felt best about was actually the under of the Cowboys Bucks. I want to say that was I think that was my first round pick, actually. That's what I started my draft off with. And looked good. Looked good because the Cowboys looked bad.
Yes. Yeah, no, the under was very in play there the entire game. There was never a point where I was worried about the over there, if I were you.
Yeah.
As far as my favorite, the Titans, this is where the disappointment comes in, because this was one of the bets of the week where I was like, there's no way this doesn't hit. Like, this was my absolute lock. Like, I would have possibly taken the Titans for a Survivor League. Like, that was just so.
Oh, no.
I was so zoned in on the Titans, and then for them to, like, I had a parlay that it was a 6-leg parlay. I had the Bears plus 6.5. I had Commanders minus 2.5. I had Colts. I had not Colts. Texans plus 7.5. And then I had the Vikings money line,
smash,
and Titans money line.
You threw that Titans money line just trying to get a little bit more juice.
That was a juice.
A little bit more juice.
That's all it was.
It was all the greed you need.
That's why I say to you folks, don't be greedy. Just don't be greedy. Just bet. Don't even parlay. Just do single bets. Just do single bets.
You're not going to follow that advice whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I know. All right. Is there anything else we want to recap on these? Because the rest of I don't care about the wins. The wins are the wins. There's nothing to go over there. Like I just fucking dominated it. Like,
Yep, that's fair. I mean, I'm excited to see how this goes forward, or how this goes moving forward, because we got to do better than 2 and 3. We got to do better than 2 and 3, just as a unit. Whether I win, you win, we need to give out better picks.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. This Friday we will be doing
not a live stream.
Not a live stream. No, we will be posting the new video where we'll be taking our new picks, our drafts, and blah blah blah, all that. Tonight,
your boys,
Monday Night Football, my boys, Broncos country. Let's ride. Tonight's the night. This is the night we've been waiting for. Well, it's the night that I've been waiting for. Don't fade animal. I have.
How many bets you got in this game?
I got not a lot, because I don't really like to. I already have a lot invested emotionally, so there's really not,
I feel like
a point in investing financially. But I do have PrizePicks 2 Square.
Let's hear it.
That I did enter. I don't know if I sent you this, Ike.
I don't think we sent them the graphics, so we're just gonna have to verbally describe it.
There it is. You see that? I did it. I'm not lying. I went with Melvin Gordon, 35.5 rushing yards more, and then Geno Smith less, 189.5 passing yards.
Look, it's going to be a
simple
tough
2 Square.
Yeah, it's simple, but that's a low total for Geno Smith.
It's not, though. It's really not, because it's Geno Smith. He doesn't really throw it a lot. They're going to run the ball a lot. Seattle runs it a lot. Rashad Penny runs it a lot.
I will say I could see Seattle being down by like 2.5 scores and still just feeding Rashad Penny.
Yeah.
Like refusing to throw the ball.
Exactly. And just because Geno Smith, if he throws it a lot, doesn't mean he's going to throw it for a lot of yards. Like, there'll be a lot of checkdowns, a lot of incomplete passes.
But that's the point. 190 isn't a lot of yards.
190 is a lot of yards, though, when you're a shitty NFL quarterback going against a very good defense.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Melvin Gordon, rushing yards more, and Geno Smith, passing yards less. Like,
Ike was asking for it so we could throw up on the screen.
He's doing it right now.
I think it's a pretty straightforward 2 Square play. Ike's going to be doing the people the favor here. Give him the illustration.
I put that scammer in timeout. Don't worry.
All right. I also have a play. I have a 2 Square. I talked a little bit about it in the stream earlier today, but I'm starting to feel really good about it. I'm going to take the less of Albert O's receptions. Line is set at 3. All we've heard is nothing but negative news coming out of Broncos camp this last summer about Albert O. What's your opinion on him? Because I'm not high on him.
I'm not high on him at all. I don't think. I mean, Russ never really was big on throwing to his tight ends, was he? He was always
So not really.
I mean, maybe in the red zone he gets a couple touchdowns, but I'm not really high on him to get a lot of yards or be a main focus in the offense. It's all about the running backs and wide receivers.
I was going back and forth on whether or not I want to take the less on his receptions or his yards. His yards were super low. I feel like he was around the 30 range. I never know what to do in that situation. Like when you want to fade a player, but both of their yards and receptions are low. Sometimes I feel like I'm just flipping a coin in my head and being like, well, this is what I'm going with. I'm going with receptions. I just don't think he's going to be that involved in the offense. At least he's not going to plan to be involved in this offense. So maybe he gets one catch, breaks it off, and then they turn away from him. They say, all right, that was cool, Alberto. Go take a seat, take a hike, go kick rocks. And then the other play that I'm pairing it with is Dwayne Eskridge to have less than 15.5 receiving yards. If you told me Dwayne Eskridge got cut by the Seahawks this last offseason, I would have believed you. He's just a non-factor in this offense. He's Mr. Invisible. I don't even know why he's on PrizePicks, to be honest. He's just one of those irrelevant players that doesn't seem to deserve a line on PrizePicks.
Can't wait for him to have like 40 yards tonight.
Yeah, he's going to be the wide receiver 1. He's going to be Drew Lock and Geno Smith's favorite
3
guy.
for 44 and a touchdown.
You think we get a Drew Lock sighting?
Nah,
not at all.
It's going to be Geno tonight. He's going to have a terrible game. I mean, I was looking for an interception line, didn't see one, obviously for obvious reasons. it's probably something that's almost a guarantee. A Geno Smith interception tonight.
Maybe the line set at 1.5. Do you still take the over?
No.
No.
I mean, I might, but no. At
I
that
mean,
point, you would just take the under.
unless you think he's throwing like 3 picks tonight against
Maybe.
that elite secondary of Denver.
All right, let's see if there are. Oh, also, use promo code BDG. Get a 100% deposit match up to $100. If it's the first time. If you a virgin, let's check out the comments. Anything in the comment section, real quick, before we wrap up? How concerned are you with Damian Pierce's performance? I said it earlier this morning. I'm not concerned. He's a rookie running back. Week 1 in a very interesting game. So, yeah, obviously the usage could be better, but like I said, it's week 1. We'll see. Maybe they just were trusting Rex Burkhead. They really wanted to. Maybe Rex Burkhead's out there to show Damian Pierce, hey, look, here's how you be a professional. I don't fucking know. I'm not worried at all.
I'm definitely worried, at least a little bit, if not like full on worried.
Wait, are you serious?
I mean, yeah, eventually, like, this will be Damian Pierce's backfield, but what if it takes like half a season? Like, you're not going to be happy with that in redraft.
Well, if you reached and took him in the 3rd, 4th round, yeah. But if you got him in the 7th,
let's be real, the hype around him was a lot.
I mean, I got him in like the 7th round, so for me, it's fine.
I guess so. Yeah, but I kind of want to preview week 2 a little bit, because there's already been some lines that have been put out there that I think are very interesting. And I don't want to give too much away.
Maybe do like one, because I haven't looked at anything.
All right. Well, I'll show you what I got, and you can give me your opinion on it. All right. The one that really is standing out to me is the Los Angeles Rams minus 10.5 against the Atlanta Falcons. It's in Los Angeles, and the Rams, to kick off the season, were embarrassed by the Bills. Do you think that's too much?
So many points.
I don't know, man. Atlanta just came off another heartbreaker, as they do so well.
But that's what they do. If Atlanta just plays close games, they don't win. They just play close games. So like 10.5 is.
But if you're Sean McVay and the Rams, how do you not come out of the gate swinging next week? Like, they have to run up the score.
They came out swinging against the Bills, and they fucking missed. That's what happens. You swing, you miss sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, the Bills are a much better team all around than the Falcons.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, if it's going to be like the Rams defense didn't look good. So like if the Falcons can still score, you could have a shootout, and it doesn't matter.
I mean, I think the Rams defense didn't look good comparative to the Bills offense.
Sure.
I don't know. I really like it. I also really believe in this narrative that teams that didn't cover one week going against teams that did cover that same week, next week they flip-flop. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're...
Is that a real narrative, or did you make that up?
It's a real narrative. I didn't make that up.
No, it sounds like you made it up.
The way I described it was pretty poor, so yeah, it sounds made up, but it's not. I can promise you that. All right, another one I want to go over real quick. The Washington Commanders are dogs against the Detroit Lions. It is in Detroit.
We just talked about this.
I mean, we talked about it off air.
Bet in Detroit, though.
You're betting Detroit.
I'm just saying, we talked about betting with just like on those. Be careful. They're gritty.
They are
They
gritty.
cover.
Yeah, but like this is almost a pick 'em. Like, they're not going to like win this. They're not going to lose their favor. So they're not going to win this game, but not cover. You know what I'm saying?
I think the Lions actually win this game.
You think this is going to be the Lions?
Home, they just had I mean, shit, they almost beat the Eagles.
Yeah, but like,
who do you think's going to win the division? You're all over the Eagles. You think the Eagles are the best team in the division, right?
Absolutely.
So why would you think that the Lions, who lost by what, 4?
Yeah, but this is a new week. This is a whole new game.
And the Lions are going to be even hungrier now that they lost. Hungry dog runs faster. Come on. You want to talk about real narratives?
I just don't think they should be favored.
They're at home. That's the only reason they're the favorites. They get 3 points for being at home.
Yeah, but you're going to be plus money.
The book's telling you they think
the
Washington's a better team. But
I don't know.
It's taking the home team.
I feel like there's too many backers on the Lions. Hard Knocks is not doing the Lions justice. They were a cool watch, but I think from a betting perspective, like the perception of them is just skewed a little bit. Washington is the team that I'm betting on this week. I already have that locked in. And then another one I want your opinion on, because I actually put a bet in for the Steelers. and then I cashed out of it.
Yeah, no, TJ Watt changes a lot of stuff
he
for me
really
about
did.
that team.
He does. But they're at home. They're hosting the Patriots. They're home dogs against the Patriots. And what's your immediate thought on that?
What's the line?
Plus 1.5 for the Steelers. Kind of a pick 'em, but you get a little bit extra going with the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Steelers probably are the better team. Ugh. I don't even know, dude. The Steelers are the better defense, but without TJ Watt, like TJ Watt is the game wrecker. Like the defense is good, Minka Fitzpatrick's great, but TJ Watt putting constant pressure on the quarterback is what wins them games. Like that's the reason they won that game. They just got after Joe Burrow. Like TJ Watt was in the backfield every fucking play. And that causes him to make bad throws where the scrubs in the backfield can get interceptions, but TJ Watt is the guy that's driving it all. So without him, I don't know.
It's tough.
And Najee too, possibly, right?
Oh,
I don't know what the deal with Najee is, but isn't he hurt too?
All right. So now I'm really starting to feel the Patriots.
Yeah, I would just stay away from. I wouldn't even. That's like there's these times where you get to a game where you just don't know. Just don't bet the game. There's fucking 12 other games, like whatever. Just don't.
The one advantage you have being the better is that you don't have to play a game. But I feel like I have to play every game.
Well, that's being an addict. That's because you're a gambler.
But I know shit, animal.
Oh, and that's also because you think you're good and you're not. That's the classic.
I know I'm a sharp animal.
Yeah. Well.
Anyways, also what doesn't help is that the fact that Steelers got like 6 turnovers in that game and still had to go to like double overtime or something to win it.
Niners fans so delusional. Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Timeout.
I was able to trade for Eckler and Lockett for Zeke and Keenan Allen right before. I
traded during Sunday?
Eckler and Lockett for Zeke and Keenan. I mean, Keenan's hurt, and Zeke is
probably not great without that.
That's kind of dead. So I don't know if you're bragging here or not. I don't know. What are you doing, Robert?
Are you trying to?
Is this a humble brag or is this a cry for help?
It's definitely a cry for help. This is why you don't trade in the middle of a Sunday.
Wait, hold on. He traded for Eckler and Lockett. Wait. This also doesn't even make sense.
We need better grammar here.
Traded for Eckler and Lockett for.
He said he lucked out.
He got
so
Eckler
he must have got the Eckler side.
I guess. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Congrats for you, sir.
Or
not.
Or we're
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Anyone else got any quick questions before we wrap it up? CD value dropping quick. Yeah, CD's kind of a goner here. He was already he was a low end wide receiver 1. Now he's a low end, high end wide receiver 2. I don't know.
That might even be a little high. Like wide receiver 14, 15, CD Lamb, probably not.
Ooh, sorry to hear that. Started Mike Williams over Pittman this week.
Score prediction for tonight. You got one? That's a good one.
All right. Yeah, let's end it on that, actually. Broncos score prediction for tonight. Look, Russ is a respectful man. He is he's a good person. He's not going to want to go out there and just absolutely embarrass the Seahawks, but he's a competitor. He wants to win. He's going to do what it takes. Score tonight. 28-10.
28-10.
Yeah.
I like that. I actually do like that score. I do have the Broncos -6.5. It feels super chalky. Feels like that is the side that everybody's on.
For sure.
Normally not great, but when you really compare these teams, I don't know how the Seahawks are going to stay competitive. I'm going to say, you said 28-10?
28-10. Broncos.
Yeah, no
shit. You got to clarify. You never know. People out there start fucking putting words in my mouth.
I'll say it's a little bit closer. I like 28 from the Broncos. I'll go 17 from the Seahawks.
How dare you? How dare you?
You know what? I think Rashad Penny has a decent game. If you have Rashad Penny tonight and you're down in your fantasy matchup, you need him to score like a dozen, maybe 13, 15. I think he gets you there. I think Rashad Penny puts your team on his back week 1, and he fucking gets you there. The Seahawks ain't winning this game for shit, but like Rashad Penny might win you your fantasy game.
All right, one last thing real quick. Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, more receiving yards tonight.
Who has more is Cortland Sutton. Yeah. That's a every week thing.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure Jerry Jeudy's good.
Yeah.
I've been saying that a lot around the office, and I'm starting to believe it. I don't know if it's because I just keep repeating it or I actually believe it, but it wouldn't surprise me if like KJ Hamler's the wide receiver 2 in that
Hamler.
offense.
I like KJ. Get the fuck out of here, Charles. That crap.
That'd be so tragic. What a boring game that would be if it's 13-10 Hawks.
Oh, I won't see the end of it. I'll probably be. I will. I'll be asleep. I'm gonna be screaming at the TV for 3 hours. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Real quick recap. We will be back video on Friday for the Pick'em draft and some PrizePicks entries. Tony, any last words before I kill you?
Broncos by 7.
Love it.
Need it.
Peace out, y'all.